Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Leo. I'm a fourth-year laws and business student majoring in economics. And for my VRES project, I had the opportunity to conduct a literature review on loyalty programs for blood donation. And I'll just start by giving you a brief background on why we did this review in the first place. So, maintaining stable and sufficient blood supply levels is an ongoing challenge for many blood donation organizations. So, these are the organizations which collect blood. And whilst the recruitment of new donors is part of the solution, there is still a massive opportunity to get existing donors to donate more frequently. So this is illustrated by the fact that although plasma can be donated as often as every 2 weeks, only 60% of new donors return to donate, and of those who return, about 50% give fewer than 3 donations per year. So there's a huge need for existing donors to donate more frequently. And loyalty programs might be one way to do this, because they reinforce the desired behavior and increase the value exchange. But there's a big problem because there's virtually no research on loyalty programs for blood donation. Most of it is in commercial literature and blood incentive literature as well. And with this in mind, the purpose of this review was to understand how an effective donor loyalty program could be designed using existing research insights from the commercial loyalty program literature and the blood incentive literature. I'll just share a few of those insights that I found most compelling. So rewards can differ in terms of their visibility to surrounding customers. So they can be private or public. As an example of a public reward, you might remember having the frustrating experience of waiting in line to board a plane and seeing the first class and business class passengers board before you. There's evidence that in a commercial context, perhaps unsurprisingly, these kind of public rewards can increase status perceptions of target customers, increasing their satisfaction and ultimately lead to loyalty. But in a blood donation context, public rewards are actually less successful because they can raise suspicion about the true motives of the donor. So people might think that the donor is only donating blood to make themselves look like a good person. And so what this means for the design of a donor loyalty program is that rewards should generally be private in nature. Another interesting design characteristic is reward exchange value, which really just refers to the currency that's used to redeem rewards, such as points or miles. There is evidence that reward distance and step size can affect perceptions of progress, which in turn influence loyalty and recommendation likelihood. And so I'll explain what those terms mean. So reward distance is the number of points that are needed to redeem, to reach a reward milestone. For example, you might need 1,000 points to get a t-shirt. And step size is the number of points that you earn per for each desired actions. For example, you might earn 10 points for every $1 that you spend. Now let's suppose you're a member of 2 different programs. The first is a high magnitude program where the reward distance and step size are quite large. And then the other one is a low magnitude program where the reward distance and step size are comparatively small. And then remember that you are equally progressed at 80% under both programs. So you're actually equally progressed. Now, what's interesting is that when the step size is ambiguous because it is undisclosed or it's perhaps stated as a range or it's complex, what happens is that you feel more progressed in a high magnitude program. But when the step size is known and it's clear, you feel more progressed under a low magnitude program because the small step size makes the otherwise small reward distance appear even larger. So what this means for the design of a donor loyalty program is that the reward distance and step size should change depending on how complex and how ambiguous the step size is. I've just included a table here just to show you that whilst I've talked about only 2 design characteristics, reward visibility and reward exchange value, there are so many other considerations for the design of a donor loyalty program. And that's it. Thank you.